Well lads, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Paslode nail gun in for a service. This is the IM360CI. This is the round, full round head Paslode nail gun. Servicing this one because I know it's a service because I've already been on it. This customer has left on 3 of these. 2 of these were in here before, not worth fixing. He sent back all 3 of them again to get this one running. Used the other 2 as spare parts for donors to get this working. So between bent motors, gas regulator, controller, wee gas supply tube, I was able to get this one up and running. So this is now working, or I assume I have to now test it. I have to change all these parts to get this far. I'll have to test it here now before I service it. So she works now because these ones donated parts. Motor from one, controller and bits and bobs out of the other one. Now, didn't film the first stage of this repair because it was a bit of a pain, to be quite honest. Just a load of chopping and changing, trying to get parts to work, see which wasn't working, to get the gun to actually fire to begin with. Main problem was a faulty regulator, and it turned out to be a faulty controller then for another part. Then the thing was making noise because this fan's all bent. But the thing also needs a service fairly badly. So that's the next stage. Service it. You know it works now, we can service it. First thing with these IM360s, back cover. Back cover has your actual air filter actually molded into the plastic. So once this becomes damaged, if you pierce holes in it, you'll have to replace the whole back cover, not just the filter. Get the fan out, give it a little twist, pull straight out. As you can see, it's definitely in need of a service. Dirt and grit and tar and crap builds up inside. It's basically a black tar. And the piston, see, that one's not too bad. But inside the chamber can sometimes get very, very dry, and it starts to score the inside because the grease gets burnt away, leaves no tar residue, and just makes the gun run very, very badly. And it's still smooth. After that, take off your magazine is the next step. And as well, this magazine locates these 2 holes. There's 2 pins locating it. One of them is broken off, which is another common problem for this Paslode. That pin isn't actually molded on. That's just a wee spot weld onto it. Eventually that snaps off, fatigues and breaks. But that's not a problem because we have a spare. If you're doing this on your own gun and you break one of these pins, don't worry about it, leave it be. One will do. Now, take the chamber off. That's it off already. But to take it off fully, just prise out that wee nozzle for the gas. That just lifts away. So on side you have your gas regulator. So you got 4 leads here going onto the controller First one's from your spark unit, this big heavy one, and your three other ones then are from these three components. Power from your battery, which is the red. Black wire with the blue end is actually your gas regulator. And you've also got this little white one, which is an antenna here for actually monitoring how much gas is in your cylinder. And that's what tells you when you're out of gas. Water in these things can be a problem if they keep getting wet. These pans can start to corrode and break away. Unlike the old type guns, it has a wee regulator on top. These old type ones have the regulator built on, so every time you press it, it releases a set amount of gas, just enough to fire one nail. These ones are different. Once you press it on, this will just let out all the gas. It's fed onto this regulator, which the controller controls and opens and closes this regulator. This is what lets out the set amount of gas. So Paslode have went from changing the regulator with every ton of gas to one you have to keep reusing. So obviously this isn't going to last forever. Once your gun starts intermittent running, works sometimes doesn't work, you start suspecting it's the gas. Take this top piece off, power up your gun, put on a gas, push this lever, that'll activate the regulator. You'll see a bit of squirt of gas come out. There should be a good cloud come out. Only a wee tiny drop comes out, or none at all, you have to replace the regulator. That's one of the common pieces that will go in these IM360s. Now, she's definitely in need of a service. I'll get this strapped down and get under here. Get this plastic cover off. Snags here. Just give the bottom a squeeze. That'll clear this wee piece of aluminium. Everything else is fairly basic. Two steel pins here and here hold the two halves together, and just wee rubber bumps, holders for your spring, and wee guides. That's about the max. This one's quite stiff. I'll take these rings off. And you have an O-ring on here. That looks to be worn out. So that's the gun strapped down. Now we need to wash it out. General parts washer instead of this is just kerosene. Does a perfect job of stripping down the old grease and cleaning up the parts. After cleaning these out, just spend your time and get into every wee nook and cranny and get all the dirt and grit off them. And you have to do it for every single part. There's no point in just cleaning one or two wee pieces of the gun and leaving the rest of it filthy. Servicing it, strip it all down, clean the whole thing out. Now, as for the motor, it's okay getting wet, but I wouldn't soak it directly. That's it, all washed out, cleaned down, blown dry, patted dry then. But I'll rag. Spared you that torture, because trying these things is a torture. Next bit we need to do now is replace this head. Customer has a donor machine, like I said, so I'm going to replace it seeing as we have it. Now these are tight. So we'll also use a bit of heat. Same for this side. Just get rid of that. Everything else looks good. Make sure to use a bit of blue Loctite. This is something you don't want coming out. Now it's just a matter of rebuilding. Paslode oil on everything that's moving, especially steel and rubber O-rings. Good helping inside the chamber. Now that O-ring's gone. One on the donor machine. Yeah, it's not great, but it will do. These O-rings are not actually all that cheap to replace. Oil directly into them wee channels. And refit your steel rings. Stagger them 180 degrees to each other. Pin has a wee chamfer on one side that faces the nails. That one's okay. Put that to one side. Nice coat of oil. This is just a wee dust shield. Stop any dust coming on from the back of the motor. Everything else just slides together. Putting this on, slide her on, give it a wee wiggle as she's going down. And fit your pins, push it down fully. You'll see your yoke. As you're pushing down, slide your pins on. It's a bit stiff. Now, plastic cover goes on, not fully. You have to catch this wee black pipe. Push it through there. At your wee end, your gas line. Put a bit of oil in them wee O-rings to keep them good, stop them drying out. And 4 bolts to keep that all together. You don't need Loctite in these bolts. They will all have to come out again when you're servicing the machine. Get them started before you lock them down. Marry your 2 halves to these wee semicircles on both sides. They drop onto the housing. Stick your gas line back in now. Make sure everything's in place. Trigger nose in place. Make sure the lever is on the trigger and the spring is on. Make sure this lever for the switch is up on the side of the head. I think that'll do us. Careful with these screws. If you're using a drill, you don't round them out. They're only small and get into plastic. Bring your motor back. Now, also check this wee black earth wire. Sometimes the end nips off. You have to resolder it back on again. This one's fine. Line up your 2 notches with these 2 pieces of plastic. There's another problem I didn't spot. This one's broken off. That won't matter. It's just for locating the motor anyway. It's the actual bolts that hold it all together. Stick on your spark plug, your motor lead. This wire just clips on then to the aluminium housing. Again, don't over tighten them. Lastly, your magazine. Tighten it up, but again, don't over tighten it. Ready to go. If you want to do a reset, just hold down the button for 10 seconds and you'll see this wee green LED flashing. that'll flash red. She's reset. She's serviced, ready to go. If you initially use it, so to initially shoot this gun after servicing it or taking out your gas, you have to reprime the gas regulator now. So it'll take 2 or 3 pumps to get the gas regulator primed before the gun will shoot. And that's it. That is how you service an IM360CI Paslode nail gun from top to bottom. Get it completely cleaned out, washed out, ready to go. The only thing you have to watch out for, O-ring on this motor and the cylinder inside. If they're worn away, there's a wee flat edge on them, replace them, but they can be as much as €20 a piece. So unless they actually have a flat edge, don't bother replacing them. You will generally get a few services out of them O-rings before you need to replace them. General service is just a washout, re-grease, rebuild. That's it, lads. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying these tool repair videos or tool videos, please give us a like and a follow. And a big shout out as well to all my current members who are actually helping to fund the channel. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it, all my members. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned. Plenty more to come.